Lead attorney here. Hope you guys are doing well, man. Listen. They are snitching. We are going to get to it. Oh, struggle. Oh, man, my sound is off, right? Let me get my sound together. Y'all know I be struggle streaming. Hold up. Let me get my sound together. All right, I think we all locked in. They snitching. Now y'all should be able to hear me better. Man, how have y'all been? I have missed y'all, man. I have really missed y'all. I'm back. Can't hold a black man down forever. All right, I'm in here, man. I am in here. Shout out to the beautiful K-Dodgy. I am back. Let's get into it. They are straight snitching up in this mug. Who is this? Does anybody know who this man is? This man was in the car. He was in the car. Now, y'all remember there were two cars. There was Melly's car, and then there was another car right beside it. This man was in the studio. This man is one of Melly's boys, and he decided to testify today. Why is he testifying? Because he heard his name being talked about on Law and Crime. He heard his name being talked about on the lead attorney. He said, no, y'all are talking about me on YouTube. I got to set the record straight. I got to say who is who and what is what. So we are going to get into it, man. Let us watch it. Let's just jump on right on in. So let's see what our man is talking about. Now, he was in the other car, and he knows Sack Chasers. He knows Juvie, the two men that were murdered. He is a friend of Melly, kind of, sort of. He has been dodging these subpoenas, but he heard his name being talked about on YouTube, and now he's there with his hand raised, ready to testify. All right, let's get into it. Let's go. You should give in this case should be. Does that sound weird or no? Come back for lunch yet. Let's hear a little bit of what the commentators say about this dude testifying here. Let's see what they got to say about it.
Do you know if Jamie came?
He will be hosting an hour question and answer, if not more, while the jury is at lunch. Stay tuned. All your questions, submit them to Law and Crime, and we'll be back after this break.
Let's go a little bit further here. Let's see what some of the commentators have to say.
Is wrapping up its case in which they claim 24-year-old Jamell Demons, who we all know as Melly, shot and killed his two friends from inside a vehicle back in October of 2018. Demons and his co-defendant, Cortland Henry, have a different story, saying that they were the victims of a hit and run. Fellow rappers Anthony Sack Chaser Williams and Christopher Juvie Thomas
left the studio because they were sleeping and you have to pay for studio time. Sack wanted everybody to...
Okay, let's do this. This lady's good. She's going to recount. She's actually in the courtroom. So she's going to recount for us kind of what's going on here. All right, so this lady has been in the courtroom listening to everything. Let's see what she has to say.
Did testify, he said, and he confirmed who was in each of those cars. You know, obviously there's the gray car, the gray Jeep, and then there's a red Mitsubishi, and he confirmed the 4 individuals in each of those cars. So we knew that from looking at the video. He looked at the video, the still shots, and he confirmed the individuals who were in all of those cars.
And he also talked about how it sounded like the plan was that night for everybody to go back to the apartment complex where they all lived. It sounds like he and his friends in the red Mitsubishi did that, but the Jeep didn't.
Mm.
That's right. He said he went back and he went to Melly's place and he fell asleep. He was exhausted. That's why they left the studio, because they were sleeping and you have to pay for studio time. Sack wanted everybody to get up and get out because they were actually not doing any work, and it was, you know, senseless to be there without paying. So they all left. And he did say that he went back to Melly's house. He fell asleep. And then ultimately he did get this phone call that said, something had happened. And he confirmed that, Sack and Juvie had deceased, that had been killed. And so he went to the hospital. Then he, later, left the hospital. So he's definitely confirming everything that happened that night. He also said he went to, I think it's Fredo Bang's house, and a bunch of people came into that house as well. So there was a lot of chaos and confusion. He didn't know exactly when Melly came and left. One thing he did say, I will say, is that when Melly came back at one point, he had different clothing on. So I think that was a critical piece of information as well.
When Melly got back to the crib, he was wearing different clothing. What happened to your old clothes, Melly?
Yeah, I'm sure that's something that the prosecution will hone in on, because they're going to say, why were you changing your clothes in the middle of the night after your two friends were murdered? So it'll be interesting to see how they wrap this up again with the lead detective, Moretti, who's supposed to be taking the stand later today. Well, we're going to be taking your questions, as I mentioned at the top of the show. For
Those intros they'll put on to talk about why he changed his clothes, because to me, that may be a single most important fact in this case for the prosecution.
A change of clothes around the time of a homicide is always a big red flag.
Right.
It's something that raises a lot of suspicion because it just seems kind of too coincidental. There aren't many coincidences in life. The Z Sisters from YouTube asks, do you feel as if YNW Melly has a chance of being found?
Had some before I came here, and the courtroom sort of all laughed at that, including the jury. But I don't think he's just given any information that's really going to do anything for either side at this point. He was very hesitant to say very much.
And I can understand that. There's this whole thing about snitching, and
I think, defense decided I'm not going to ask about the clothing because, that is, I think, a very difficult issue to address.
Exactly. All right, let me do this. Let me drop the link. If you guys want to come up, I'll take, 2 or 3 of y'all, and y'all can tell everybody, what do you think about this case so far? Do you think he's innocent? Do you think he's guilty? Do you think he'll be found not guilty? The only thing about coming up, guys, is you will have to cam up because we have some trolls running around. What does the little gaming channel say? These goofies can't even stay off their phone in court. Social media and texting is gonna get all these baby thugs locked up. Yeah, man, I do not know why we cannot do right. It's this whole culture. Oh, do you have a job? No, I make beats. You make beats? Yeah, I make beats. Do you smoke weed? Possibly. How often do you smoke weed? 2-3 times a day. It's like, man, you can't get anything done. All right. So I have dropped the link. Let me know if you guys want to come up. Damn it. Y'all know your boy be struggle streaming. Does that work? The shot's all fucked up. Is that right? They tell you don't be fucking with the cameras live. Don't do this at home, guys. That was the wrong way. There we go. There we go. Now this shit's fucked up. Guys, when you come back from break, man, none of your shit work right. None of your shit work right. But thank you so much, Little Gaming Channel, one of the co-sponsors of the entire stream. Who else do we got up in here? I know we saw something from my man. There he is. God damn. Jesus. Oh my God. Give our man BLJ the African bottle. Shout out to my man BLJ says, well, look who decided to unretire. All right. Man, listen, I have missed y'all. Your boy been going through it, man. First, I thought I was going to take a little break. And then the voluntary break turned into an involuntary break. And it's like, oh, now I'm like, man, I'm just happy to be here. Happy to be alive, right? I joined a new gym. trying to lose weight. I've already lost 5 pounds. I'm doing good. Trying to get down to 225, 220. All right. Your boy at 235 right now. I joined a new gym. It is the best gym in Atlanta. I wasn't going to join. Shout out to Marie. She's actually the one that put me on the gym. She said she was going to join and it was like $175 a month. And then I looked it up and it was like $275 a month. $275 a month. But I looked at that gym nice as hell. I'm already at LA Fitness paying $40. And LA Fitness has everything. This gym is legit. I was in that bitch last night. I mean, they got the steam room, they got the little whirlpool, the sauna is legit. It is called Lifetime Fitness. Does anybody have a Lifetime Fitness around where y'all are at? The gym is amazing. The initiation fee was $200. Shout out to my girl, Friendsgiving, gave me the $200. Gave me the $200 for the initiation fee. She know I'm broke, man. Let me tell you something about YouTube. Y'all know I was gone for about a month. I probably made $200 this month. $400 if you consider what Friendsgiving did for me the other day, man. She doubled my monthly salary. If you're gonna be a YouTuber, go ahead and do that. But just know that you got to stay on it. The second you let your foot off the gas, your channel starts slowing down. So we got beautiful Robin in the back. Let us bring her up. Shout out to Robin. How are you doing?
Yeah, guilty. He's guilty. He did it.
Guilty. Why do you think
he
he's
did
guilty?
it. He changed his clothes. He smoked weed. All that. He did it.
Wait, just because you smoke weed don't mean you committed a double murder now, right?
I'm sorry.
No,
I don't recall.
All right, yeah. All right, yeah.
Yeah.
What have you thought about some of the testimony?
It doesn't make any sense.
Mm-hmm.
On none of them. It doesn't make any sense. Okay, so like you said, what side you want to be on?
Mm-hmm.
And the guy is like, why are you struggling with Nelly's lawyer? I mean, that must be fentanyl he's smoking. That cannot, because I smoke weed, and weed ain't never done it. In all my 61 years, I ain't never got stupid smoking no weed.
Right? Okay, so Robin, you say you smoke weed now?
Yes.
Right,
I've been smoking weed for over 50 years now.
God, and yet, like, no one can tell. Like, you know what I'm saying? There's no consequences. No one can tell you've been smoking weed for 50 years. What state do you live in? You know?
I'm in Seattle, Washington.
Oh, Seattle. Yeah, y'all are big up there with the weed and everything.
Oh,
right?
yeah. We were like one of the first ones to get that legalized dispensary. My mouth was still watering every time I walk in one of them dispensaries. Like,
what do you think so good about smoking weed? Do you smoke it every day?
I smoke it several times every day, and for me, I'm bipolar, and I also have post-traumatic stress disorder. I'm a veteran from the Air Force.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and so it helps me a lot with those ailments. Yeah, a lot.
How long have you been bipolar?
Probably since I was about 14 or 15 years old.
And that wasn't being bipolar, because Melly has been exhibiting some very interesting behavior, and it's come out, I think, that Melly has said that he is bipolar as well. That's where he gets, he has Melly, and then he had his alter ego Melvin, and he says that he only lets Melvin out at night, right, according to him. So do you see any effects of being bipolar on your daily life? Does that affect you on the daily
Yeah,
being bipolar?
there's effects on my daily life, but it ain't multiple or altered personalities.
Well,
No.
what is bipolar then?
Depression, not being able to
Wait, hold
not
on. Now,
be.
wait. Hold on. Now, depression is a real thing, but depression is a real thing in itself. You have depression, and then you have bipolar. So, if I ask you what is bipolar, you can't say depression because depression is
You
its
got
own
it's a
thing.
spectrum. It's a spectrum
Mm-hmm.
from depression to the manic behavior, which all comes from as a result of not being in touch with reality.
Mm-hmm. Do you think so?
Uh-huh.
So if you're bipolar, you're not in touch with reality?
I can go in and out, most definitely. And so
Mm.
that's why I have to be a forthright, honest person, because I only can rely on the truth. Does that make sense? I need to attach myself to things that are like pure and honest and stuff, and then I stand half a chance. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And so even though there might be times that I am not in control or I'm not always in touch with reality, I come back in touch.
What
And
helps you come?
regardless, in
Mm-hmm.
or out of touch with reality, I'm still responsible for myself and my behaviors. And there's still such a thing as self-control. How about that?
Yes, you are absolutely right. Whether you are manic or not,
Yeah.
or bipolar or not, everyone is held accountable for their actions, right, and their consequences. That is exactly
Yes.
right. That is exactly right.
Yeah.
Well, well, I
So
certainly.
I
Mhm.
know me myself because I know what my vulnerabilities are, so to speak. I will not be going around high on crack toting machine guns.
Crack. Who says something about crack?
I just like to say that.
What are you? You say you know your vulnerabilities. What are your vulnerabilities?
The bipolar, the post traumatic stress disorder, and so that can leave me uh, it's hard to cope with a lot of things. Okay, and so I can be vulnerable when it's hard for me to cope. And I'm out of touch with reality. I can be vulnerable to someone taking advantage of me, coming into my life, getting over on me, getting a hold of my finances,
Do you have a
all of
boyfriend?
that. So I have a boyfriend.
You have a
Yeah,
boyfriend.
yeah.
How is it having a boyfriend when you have bipolar and PTSD? Does he have to be more understanding, or what's that relationship? What does he think about your bipolar episodes? How what's his
Um,
take on it?
he's actually real proud of me. It's hard for him to see me suffer, you know, but when I do have problems, I know how to get myself to the VA. I go to therapy, I take my meds. And so he's real proud of how I'm handling my situation. And then get when I do have
Yeah, they
episodes, he doesn't have to bear the burden of it because I go to the appropriate places. It's not upon your family. Your family is not your family and friends are not equipped to
That's
handle
the
that.
truth, guys. That is the truth.
Yeah,
Let me
yeah.
ask you this: how long have you been dating this gentleman?
We just started recently dating not too long ago, but
Mhm.
I've known him since 2012.
2012. Excellent. And before
Yeah.
that, you mentioned that people were trying to get over on you and take advantage of you. Did you have past boyfriends that were trying to do that?
Family members, ex-husbands, friends.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it's really sad. That's why I'm an advocate now for people that are, people that take advantage of people that can't defend themselves. And that happens a lot.
I
A
bet.
lot.
I
Yeah.
bet. Well,
Hmm.
listen, Miss Robin, thank you so much. I wanna thank you for your service to our country and to all of us, and just wish you well. Everybody's got some rough patches in life, and you've certainly shown that you really want to be responsible and really want to just be happy and be healthy. So I give a
Yeah.
big salute to you. All right, thank you so much for coming up. Shout out to Robin. Everybody put Robin in the chat. Thank you so much,
Bye,
Robin.
y'all. Thank
Hey,
you.
no problem. Take care. Shout out to Robin. All right, listen. we, I don't know. Shout out to Robin, right? Shout out to my man BLJ. Robin left me speechless. It's not often that a woman leave me speechless. Robin left me speechless. Shout out to Robin. Shout out to my man BLJ says, well, look who decided to unretire. Right? 100%, man. And y'all know BLJ, man. I got about 4 or 5 pillars of this channel that have just supported it and gotten it to where it is. Without these people, I would not be here. Friendsgiving is one of them. My man Centennial G is absolutely one of them. And of course, BLJ. Of course, BLJ is one of them as well. Shout out to BLJ. If everybody could put BLJ in the damn chat, man. Thank you, BLJ. Y'all know who BLJ is. Oh, I was like, oh, why call him BLJ? Because he's a quiet storm too, man. He's had to go incognito. I always bitch about, Friendsgiving and how she'll never, want to cam up or anything like that. I ain't even gonna get into that shit. But BLJ, I gotta be fair, is a reason why he's a quiet storm, right? People start coming after you. And people start coming after you when you do, great things. And BLJ has been just supporting so many people, so many Black men, Black content creators in this space. We are all consumers of this platform, but some people just go way over and above in supporting the people who actually make the content. So thank you, BLJ, man. Always supporting y'all, boy. Always. Let me do this because they are on break and they're not going to come back until a few minutes. Also, let me let me give I didn't even see this, but I'm glad let me pull it up right here. Big shout out to Centennial G. Sends me the super chat 1914. Y'all know what it is. Says CNG Pastor Smoke Green Leaves got braids now. All right. Shout out to the Centennial G. Also, just one of the huge supporters of me and this channel. Excellent brother. A Sigma, right? Shout out to the Sigmas. Y'all know this is a damn Sigma and AKA channel. I'm not, frat or anything, but it's so many Sigmas over here. So many of them beautiful. Them damn AKAs, boy. Oh, man. Lead, you're a colorist. Listen, I know some dark-skinned AKAs, all right? Don't just assume. You were assuming that I was talking about them light-skinned ones. I love me a little dark-skinned AKA. They be doing all this shit, Shout out to the AKAs, man. So, shout out to the Rose as well. I mean, what? Y'all know what I'm talking about. Shout out to the AKAs. And shout out to the Sigmas. Thank you so much, Centennial G. Always supporting your boy, man. Always. There's something wrong with my audio, guys. Y'all were actually listening to the audio through my MacBook, and y'all supposed to be listening to it through the Rodecaster. So I need to figure that out. It's always fucking something. But so I'm gonna let me restart the stream after they start up. I'll probably restart it in 30 minutes so we can do a little TiVo and skip through all the boring shit, right? But I when I smoke. This is so true. So let me fix what I got going on. And thank y'all for being so patient with my camera. I'm just trying to get back into the swing of things after being gone for a month. Yeah, y'all are saying that my audio sounds good, and I appreciate that. But the audio sounds good when I'm talking because y'all are listening to me. Let me show you a little behind the scenes. Y'all are listening to me in this microphone. All right, get a little quiet storm action. A little what's his name? Secret Garden. What's that dude's name with the beard? With the voice. What's the dude's name? God damn, I forget his name. Anyway, y'all are listening to me through this. See, this is why you should not touch shit. I can't have this shit dangling over my head, Pauls. I'm gonna fix it later. But the TV, listen to this.
Cody, Melly.
Y'all hear it? Y'all are listening through the
Okay. Was that the first time you saw Melly after you guys left the studio?
That's what I don't like.
Yeah.
Was Melly wearing the same clothes or different clothes than when you saw him at the studio?
It was a little bit, nah, it wasn't.
I don't like that y'all are listening to the monitor through this. Y'all should be listening to the monitor through this bitch, through the big bitch. All right. So let me find out a way to fix this. Let me bring up really Blessed One. Shout out to Blessed One. Let me bring you up right quick. How are you doing?
Hi, I'm good. How are you guys?
Very white. Thank you. That's who it was. Very, very white. Very white. That's what I was trying to figure out. Yeah, doing great. What do you think about this whole Melly situation?
I think that the defense is going to pull out all the stops. I think we're going to get a great show. I think that the prosecution threatened the Mr. Glass with jail time to make him come because he did not want to be there. He did not want to show his face. He wanted to keep his face covered at all expense. I mean, he just didn't want to be seen. And I think also that Bortland, who is up next, his case is up next, I think he's watching. And I don't think that's fair because his defense has a leg up, if you want to say, on this case because they're watching every move with this Melly situation. So I think the defense is going to give us a great show.
Yeah, the defense is going to be starting pretty soon. I think the prosecutor only has one or two more witnesses, so the defense might actually start today. So, yeah.
I'm sorry. The judge said earlier, he asked how many more witnesses do you have? And the prosecutor was like, well, we have whoever the guy from the school that was only up there for a couple minutes, and we have possibly Mr. Glass. So I think the prosecutor's resting today.
Interesting. Yeah. So I think they're going to be done, and then we'll see if there's time for the defense to call their first witness. So it should be interesting. Well, thank you so much, Blessed One, for coming up. Really, really appreciate it. You are always welcome up here. Okay.
You and I really missed you. I was like, I didn't know you were going on vacation, and so I was like, let me send him a message, which he probably won't reply to, but let me send it. And you replied. That was so sweet.
Oh, shout out to us, right? Shout out to us. Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead. Have a blessed day. And I always enjoy everything that you do. It is so comical and so real and funny. And it's just a great space to be in.
Well, I appreciate that. Thank you so much. You are always welcome to come up here, Blessed. All right. Thank you.
Have a great great day.
You too. All right, guys. And yeah, a lot of times y'all email me and send me messages and DMs and stuff. I really do try to get to some of them. I can't get to all of them, of course, but I do try. All right, so listen, let me fix the sound with the monitor and everything. But I'll be back in like 30 minutes and we will start a new stream because they're at lunch right now anyway. So we'll start up back in about 30 minutes. All right. Want to give a big shout out to the stream sponsors who you can see right down here in the banner. Big shout out to the Quiet Storm. Big shout out to Friendsgiving. And big shout out to the Little Gaming Channel. These are the people who have sponsored this stream. So thank you guys so much. Y'all, I mean, y'all have shown me so much love, especially particularly you three in sorry. Speaking Spanish, the you three specifically, really appreciate it, guys. Y'all are always holding me up, always supporting me in this channel. So thank you. All right, I know we have talked a little bit about this case and kind of my opinions on it. None of this has been legal advice. I am not your attorney. I am the lead attorney. And I'm here to help you lawyer up. All right. See you guys in about 30, 45 minutes. All right. We're coming right back.